going to title this video, Do Not Argue with Fools. And why? Because, in my 50 years on the planet, there have been so many different theories that I've had to entertain, spiritually, nutritionally, philosophically, scientifically, that the only way I've managed to get to this point at 50, where I know that very few, if any, are blessed to be alive or blessed to be as muscular, and then holding down a family, a wife and kids, which is a lot of work, by the way, okay? If you're not cut out for that, do not embark on it, because some people, I think, are not born to be fathers, no matter what the whole gay, straight agenda argument is. Some men were not born to live with wives and women. It's obvious. There is scripture saying something like that. Blessed are those that do that. They are their brother's keepers. So I can say that I know many a gay man that has helped keep me in life through tips and positivity and kindness. And I'm appreciative, They have their place in my kingdom. My queen and my kids are my personal kingdom's responsibility, my castle. But when I venture out with the villagers, I'm grateful to meet anybody who does business with me, as long as they're respectful. Now, getting back on the topic, that's a philosophy, by the way, I just shared with you, but the topic of longevity and true health and blessings, let's just do a flex for the sake of it, right? So getting back to how you're able to manifest something like that, fasted right now, dehydrated, little sips of water, ready for a bodybuilding show. Street knowledge. You gotta know how to keep the heart pumping the blood to all of your veins and your extremities, your tissues. Even your tissues right here. I'm probably gonna get LASIK because I want to see just as good as I did when I was a kid. But I think that a lot of eyesight has to do with tissues, Probably my eyesight needs more blood flow. Same thing as hair. Your hair and your scalp needs blood flow, hence you gotta massage it every day with a massage gun. Or the derma roller. Now, getting too dogmatic when I was younger into the vegan world, you're gonna miss out on nutrients. No matter what any guru tells you, you don't have carnosine, you don't have true collagen, you don't have all of the amino acids. Carnitine, chondroitin. These are the things that are critical for elastic tissue, right? So no matter what, unfortunately that movement goes down, they eventually are documented for having arterial blowouts. Do you understand what that means? Your joints get weaker, but because you don't have tension, like muscular tension from the bone broth, which I was talking about, which I believe is like the superfood, the collagen, you don't have that collagen within your arterial walls. Eventually, if those arteries like this, they breach, and then you bleed out internally. So, the whole dogmatic approach to longevity, unfortunately, the vegans don't statistically do that well. Carnivore has also been shown not to do that well either. It'll do well initially, just like the vegans will. But 10 or 20 years down the line, the body is plugged up with too much protein and too much urea and too much cholesterol that it couldn't eliminate. And you're going to have the advocates that will say, oh, no. But we're looking at like critical scientific mathematical data here, okay? Like study Dr. Lane Norton. I would say he's the most credible at being objective. Do you understand what I mean by objective? Like, he doesn't care one way or the other, whether vegan or carnivore or omnivore works. He cares only what the data is saying. And he's just blank about, he's cold and blank about delivering the data, the top current data. So he's a good resource, as is Dr. Rhonda Patrick. But you want to have a good amount of veggies and the berries that have the anti-aging effect. You need the berries. Blueberries, blackberries, strawberries, raspberries. These things are magnificent for anti-aging, right? Because of the telomerase and the low sugar content, high vitamin C, and you use that for energy, fructose. Now, it's quite interesting that our sperm tails are powered by fructose. So doesn't that give you an indication that we definitely should have fruit on our spectrum? If our sperm tails choose fructose to do like this? That's an indication from life itself, right? God itself. And then the bone broth, the meat, the steak, you need that in there. You may not need too much, but you need it for the repair of your bodily structure. Not as much as people think, because I'm barely eating any protein right now. And as you can see, most muscular. The body is holding on to the protein it has. Now, I'm on a little bit of vegetables for carbohydrates, so very low glycemic carbohydrates, and the string beans, the bell peppers, and the onions. That's all I've got in my system for energy. But it's enough with that bone broth. It's enough. Now, when it's time to volumize, I will volumize with low glycemic sweet potatoes, chickpeas, rice cakes. Boom. You're gonna see the tissues in the frame go up from where I'm currently at, which was probably 220 right now, to 230, 10 pounds of glycogen. I mean, I'm gonna be 217 on weigh-in and go up 13 pounds in one night. This is the kind of, yes, you might think, is that unhealthy? No, it's not really. I'm like, it's no different to me rinsing the body out on water right now, like rinsing it out like fast, like squeeze it out. And then refeed it up. And refeed it up intelligently and scientifically with electrolytes and nutrients and minerals and low glycemic nutrients and eggs, right? A couple of whole eggs. You're gonna see that there is mastery in this. And there are many things I can't teach people unless they're in my camp as a student, because unfortunately, right, the world out there, the pharmaceuticals and the social media censors, even this platform, will not allow you to speak freely, and people will often demonize what they don't understand, right? So in order to set a proper foundation for the knowledge that I would give to somebody, I would require them to be my respectful student. Otherwise, I can only give so much free information, because it would be misunderstood otherwise. It's very, it'll be like me trying to explain how to drive a Formula One car through a YouTube video. Can't do it. Anyway, Happy flexing?